Good morning, everybody. It's that fast action 11/11/2020 pre-market S&P E-mini 500 futures. That's what we have. This is how we're starting with 27.5 opening bell gap in this rolling election bull trend that is upon us. Let today be your new day. Let today be a good day. Let today start with the pre market, how stocks are setting up, how they've been selling off, what kind of action you're going to be getting into when you're trading in this option market, particularly in this volatility. That's something that we master. We are now releasing Panther Quant. What is Panther Quant? Panther Quant is a pure mathematical trading platform. You heard me. And yes, you can sign up for a free 5-day trial to watch Panther Quant in live action with the order entries and exits, including learning how to trade the futures market. And the futures market is the most important market of all markets. Yes, they are. So we hit the highs up here right around that 35.74 handle, and now we're down here. We're up 27.5. The other futures market that we'll talk about is the Dow futures and that component. And that component in those futures, we topped out at here at 29,570. Oh, yeah, we're not far away from what? A Dow Jones all-time high. Why? Because those Dow 30 stocks, there's a lot of them in there that are favorable to who? President-elect Mr. Biden. Now, E-minis are up, so we know the Dow futures are up. That's going to pop the Dow open, so that's good for the bull gap. That's up 200 points, my friends. When we take a look at what? That Nasdaq 100 technology sector that's been selling off what? Really hard, making all the money when the put options are paying. Yeah, when those tech stocks are dropping like rocks, those are the ones we've been buying the put options, and then the fancy ones where money has been rotating into different sectors that are not favorable, but now are very favorable moving forward. And it reminds me of the old days. Mr. President Biden's coming in. I remember when Obama came in and whatnot, how hot the commodity markets used to be back then. Boy, oh boy, those were the bull market back in those days under those administrations. But let me just say one thing. We have nice gaps across the board. NASDAQ 100 gap, heavily weighted. We have, just to give you an idea, we have Amazon gapping up 30 points. We got Google gapping up 19 points. We bought 1,800 puts yesterday and made a lot of money. Shop got oversold down on the bottom, gapping up 16. Here I can go just to let you know, we got gaps on TTD. We have gaps on BKNG. That one had a $300 move. We have gaps up on Amazon. There it is, $30. Let's take a look around town. Shop's gapping up after selling down miserable. And it did, and it hit our lower end of the support level where you could be buying those call options and ripping that baby off the bottom in that live trading room. Yes, we do like NVIDIA. And yes, we do like how the stock had sold off and coming down and hitting those support levels, got a $10 gap. Oh yeah, it does now. Service now, that in that tech sector one, which is a good company. Remember, all of these companies are good, and we're market makers, and we're trading. That one's got an $8 gap, but some of these stocks have had now Adobe. This is a good one right here on a 15-minute with an $8 gap. That's a great gap. We got Zoom who report earnings when? On the 13th. 11/11 is today. Today's a very what? Good day. It's a good day for you to make a lot of money. We got a nice gap on Zoom right now, 1674 in pre-market. We're rolling, we're rolling, we're rolling. Then we have a lot of gaps like in SNOW, cloud computing, hot IPO sold down, hit support, trying to find it. We got nice little gap in biotech, BIIB. We have nice little gap in SEDG, the one that got mutilated, up 5 points. Oh yeah. So we have some gaps in which one? FNGU. We know what that one is. That one there has a $6 gap, which is a nice little gap for Teladoc. One that got killed the other day, that one's starting out with the $7 gap. Remember, stocks like Teladoc, stay-at-home stocks, all these kind of stocks they're all great stocks, but let me tell you what, that big money looks at PE ratios at 100. I mean, come on, give me a break. Look, that's the way they look at it. We could care less. We're here to do what? It's pre-market action right now. We're getting set up for all those option trades. Get in the free live trading room. Panther Quant will be with you with the gap. How to trade gap, opening bells, pre-market setups. That's what this is about, and that's what you're about. So let's go right on through it. We have a lot of other small gaps now. One of the things that we'll do is we'll go back and we're going to cover the gaps in the S&P 500. Remember, the E-mini futures. We're masters in the futures market. So yes, we are. And we're willing to take you down those roads as well. And how do you use futures to hedge positions and do a lot of things that would be only beneficial to who? You. And it's because of that that we feel we'd like to take you down that road. All you have to do is start today. So back to the E-mini gap in the S&P index. So when we look at the indexes in these future gaps in the E-minis, we know how those will gap. So then we're going to look at all of the opening bell gaps, and then we're going to see how extended the gaps are. So when we are looking at trade management on the opening bell, we're looking at shorting the gap. Yes. How to do what? Buy put options at the cheap price on the opening bell. Then when the gap comes back down in the stock prices, those values go up, you cash in for big profits, they hit support, you buy the call options, bam, you're off to the races on that side of the market. We're market makers. We have the Market Maker School. We're the only one. Let us show you about direct access trading. Oh, yeah. Order execution management, something you don't have, but we can surely set you up with it right now, and you will be able to get direct access. Your orders will get filled. Oh, yeah, they will. Right now, they don't get filled. Sound familiar? We can change it for you. And in New York second, all you have to do, free 5-day trial. You get to see it live. You can believe what you see. So we're going to look at how the indexes are going to hit resistance based on our pre-market action, opening bell gap. Once we do hit resistance, either it's going to be a sell or they slightly pull back, and then we would continue to make what? Higher highs with what? The upper end of the bull market channel. So we all know now that this is the top of the bull market gap channel. So as we enter these price ranges with the gap open up in the S&P 500 index, along with the opening bell gap in the Dow. And when we look at the futures, we know exactly what we're going to do. And this is the part that in pre-market, when we go through the gap, opening bell and opening bell stock gaps, well, then we know exactly how to trade the market because the market only gives us one option to trade, and that is to short the gap. So you short the gap, it comes back, fills in the gap, you make a lot of money. We set it up. If it's ready to go long, we flip the calls. We do it all where? Right there in the live trading room with the free 5-day trial. Then you get to see Panther Quant. That is going to be the most exciting thing that you have ever seen in your life. And that will be the new beginning for you. And you can redeem that today by simply doing what? Entering the free 5-day trial to see the Panther Quant and how he will be setting up the trading days with pure mathematics. You heard me. Mathematics don't lie. Opinions could be anything. Upgrades, downgrades, headlines, all of that doesn't matter. What does matter when you're going to be making money consistently is understanding the golden rule. Price action. Word of the day. Price action up. Word of the day. Price action down. Consolidation, breakout, breakdown. Panther Quant, trading app. Redeem your ticket now. Pre-market analysis has been done. The bull gaps remain. We will short the opening bell, identifying how to trade gap open up and or gap open down days.